Turn back, citizen. South Point is... I don't know what to call it exactly. I sent 3 of my best scouts into South Point to answer that very question, but none returned. Until I know their fates, I can't request reinforcements. But I won't send anyone else inside until I know what happened to my scouts. You see my predicament. I certainly won't stop you. One of South Point's citizens also offered to help find the scouts, but she seemed a bit eccentric. Perhaps she has something to offer beyond alarming theories? You should know Dareneth has some sort of position in Elden Root. Seems to think her reputation precedes her. No need to kiss the hem of her robes, but she's far less prickly if you show her some respect. Last I saw Dareneth, she was taking shelter in one of the tents. I could do without this damnable rain. It's been storming since we arrived, and it shows no sign of letting up. Ask what you will. Centuries ago, it was an imperial stronghold, but now it's known as a sleepy coastal town with a big cathedral. You'll find mostly Colovians who've been here for generations, and a handful of wood elves who don't pay much heed to the Green Pact. Strange reports arrived in Elden Root a week ago. Little things, people acting oddly. But when a South Point guard delivered his own severed tongue to the Altmer embassy, someone noticed. If we weren't spread so thin, we'd have been here earlier. General Endari pulled her entire company from the Haven and left for parts unknown. In her absence, we filled the gaps. I tried to commandeer forces from the Grey Mire, but the Thalmor Inner Council considers Argonian refugees a greater threat in their wisdom. I don't care to speculate. I can only act upon what I know. It's apparent that the townsfolk have caused harm to themselves and others within South Point. Yes, it seems they've all gone mad, but until I know for certain, all I can do is hope to contain it.
Did someone call my name? Did Captain Alanthor send you to mock me? Did you come to tell me I don't know the work of a Daedric prince when I see one? Isn't it obvious? Madness swept through South Point like a plague, and so quickly. Only one Daedric prince has such power. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness. You have heard of him, haven't you? Doesn't seem like it's mustering up any excitement. I'm exceptionally concerned. It is my home, after all. Was I'd rather show my concern by doing something about the problem. The captain wanted to find his scouts, didn't he? We should get going. Of course, you need someone who knows the town, and I need someone with whom to take a stroll in this lovely rain. No use arguing. I've been getting my way since before you were born. Or do you want a sweet old woman to show more courage than you?
Alright, so here we are, the Grip of Madness. And we need to find some scouts. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see if we can do a good job here. Alright, so how do we get into the castle? Obviously the front gate is blocked.
We should find those scouts before anything happens to them.
It doesn't look like I can get in this way. we go.
The streets are dangerous. We should check the homes, be neighborly, see if those inside know where the scouts are.
Ooh, I don't want to steal. I really like when it rains in the game. It sounds really nice. Not gonna worry about those guys right there. See if we can sneak around here to this house. Try to avoid most of the enemies, but if I run into anybody directly in my path, we're probably going to just go ahead and try to take them out.
No scout. And I do hope that smell came out of an animal.
The fire warms us when we're cold, but burns us when we're close. No matter how much you feed it, its hunger never ends. The fire is sublime. I am blind to all but the fire. It consumed my eyes and my thoughts, for I was jealous of its power. I wanted it for myself. But it forgives as it consumes, and soon it will forgive me.
Seems to be a very pensive man. A shirtless pensive man. Let's check out this journal. It's a shame that that backpack is empty. Apparently the whole town has gone mad. This warrior is absolutely delusional. And I've got Daraneth here to keep me company. Come on, sweetheart, let's go.
No scouts here, just my neighbor. Although this is certainly an interesting arrangement.
Just doing a little cleaning up, huh?
South Point was such a grimy place. The new mayor is really cleaning things up, don't you agree? Killing? Oh, do you mean the cleaning brigades? Don't you worry about them. They're simply doing what they must to make South Point sparkle.
So she's obviously gone mad as well, just in a different way. She's not really taking it out aggressively.
Oh no, I can't leave my home until it's entirely clean. Besides, the mayor said none of us can leave, and we all know what happens when we don't listen to the mayor. You're trussed up or you're thrown in the catacombs. Either way, you deserve it for disobeying the mayor. He's a just man, a righteous man. We should heed his words, every one of them.
Looking for some scouts. Have you seen any?
Dominion? South Point is no longer part of the Dominion. The mayor decreed it. If Dominion scouts marched their muddy boots onto our streets, we'd truss them all up. Killing? Oh, do you mean the cleaning brigade?
Alright. Let's search this bookshelf. Got lucky there. Ooh, and it's one for a bow. Let's go ahead and read this book for the stream. I have it on video. That was the book Bliss. Lieutenant.
It's not time yet. The mayor said you can't eat me until dinner. Praise Arcay. This entire town has gone mad. We should have informed Captain Elonthor immediately, but I insisted we press on. If we'd fallen back, maybe my scouts would still be themselves. The mad people brought us to their mayor. I don't know how he did it, but he turned my scouts. Yes. I thought he'd do the same to me, but he changed his mind. Said the town folks should have me for dinner. He locked himself in that big cathedral, saw the doors flare up briefly, glowing as bright as the sky, and then it faded. Magic keeps them shut, I'm sure of it. I've had enough of this place. Please untie me. I need to warn Captain Elonthor. I'm getting out of here. I recommend you do the same.
This mayor seems a charming fellow. We should decide what must be done about
The beds for their arrival. The 8 divines, of course. I won't be caught with unmade beds.
I've actually never gotten a skill book that increased 3 stats. That was the first time that's ever happened. I've never even had one that did 2 stats, so that was pretty nice.
Soldiers turned into bears, people setting themselves on fire, and now a mad mayor locked in a cathedral. I know I should be horrified, but it all sounds so exciting. Oh, I suppose I can reverse the effects of the mayor's magic. After many, many years of honing my craft, this should be a simple matter. But if we're hunting bears, I'll need you to be the bait. I'm an old woman, and such magic requires precision. Wrestling with bears impedes precision. Slap them about their faces, throw sticks at them, call them harsh names, however you must. Keep their attention while I do the complex part. I have an old scroll tucked away in my basement laboratory. If we have it in hand, it won't matter how tightly he's locked that cathedral door. But first, we should rid South Point of its bear problem. Shall we?
So we're gonna hunt some bears. I don't think this will be too long of a quest. We'll see.
I knew you were coming for me.
Perhaps there's a entrance into the basement. So I don't believe we're going the right way. Or maybe you just have to kill multiple bears.
Thank you. I can leave this nightmare.
Bears leave rather distinctive tracks, don't they? I can't imagine they'd be hard to spot.
I'm an expert tracker. Let's go. She's fishing in the middle of town. Alright, so apparently there has to be another bear over here. Invisible arrow. Alright, I see. There we go.
The town is broken. Flee while you can.
That wasn't so difficult, was it? Now
Nah.
let's head to my laboratory. We'll need that scroll to get into the cathedral.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, so we need to go to her laboratory, which is over here.
We won't make it inside my laboratory unless we stop the lightning. If someone conjured this storm, they do it from somewhere they could see everything in South Point. There's an old Colovian tower nearby. It's the highest point in the town, aside from the cathedral.
Alright, so we've got to go check this tower. Oh, look at him, he's way up there. He's performing a ritual.
You get the lightning. Now you get the lightning.
So, do we need to talk to this guy, or are we going to have to take him out, or what? Let's go ahead and have a little drink, something to eat. I have some salmon, radish slaw. Got quite a few of those. Thanks to a buddy.
What are you doing here? I don't know you. So what if I am? They called me an angry drunk, said I'd never amount to anything. Now I have the lightning, and I'll give it to anyone who makes me mad. Shut your mouth and walk away, or you'll get the lightning, just like all the others. I don't need to listen to this. I'll show you, like I did them. Nobody pushes Rufinus around! Think you can talk down to me? I'll roast you on a lightning spit. Your lungs will fry so fast they pop like kernels in a skillet. I'll make your eyes burst out of your face. You aren't better than me!
Well, I don't have any other choice.
Didn't think you had it in you, but the storm's clearing. We should head to my laboratory.
So obviously, if I would have had the persuasion, I could have prevented that. Which is typically what I like to do with this character. He's not a very mean guy. Actually, the whole sky's cleared up. No more rain either.
Yes, it's on my desk. Yes, over there. Do you see it? Let's head to the cathedral. We're the last people the mayor will expect.
Alright, so now we have to go and enter the cathedral. Try to sneak around all these deranged citizens. You can surely fight them if you want to. You're definitely not going to fail the quest if that looks pretty.
I know you've been watching us.
Wait, I recognize him. Let me see if I can talk some sense into him.
you get in? Go. I want to be alone.
Don't you recognize me, Mayor Olis?
Dareneth. Thank the Divines. Sheogorath did this. All of it. He used me.
And how exactly did he use you?
He promised me power. The respect I deserve. But then he cursed my tongue with madness and let me make a mess of this town.
You're so pitiful. Even for a mortal.
What?
You heard me! Oh, I've always wanted to meet a person within a person. Tell me, what's it like?
I'm so sorry, Sheogorath. I thought you'd abandoned me.
Owlie, I left you a tongue that drives people mad. But I suppose if you don't want my gift, I can take it from your mouth and give it to my new favorite mortal friend.
No. Think of all I've built here. The wonderful screams I've created, all in your name. Doesn't that make me your favorite?
Oh, very well. Sorry, my second favorite mortal friend. We had a good run, but it's time for your turn.
Good. You're finally coming out of it. We should reintroduce ourselves.
Not really sure what he did to me there.
I don't remember how I came to be here in the cell. When I woke, you were just standing there, foaming at the mouth. Count yourself lucky that Sheogorath had no desire to treat you like a puppet, unlike myself. I was in Eldenroot when I heard some of the strange rumors coming from South Point. When I returned here, I recognized the signs. But when I arrived at my laboratory, Sheogorath was already there, dancing. Then I was dancing. After that, it all went dark. I saw and heard everything we did, but I couldn't affect a thing. It was a waking nightmare. My own mind, a prison. I expected him to kill us both, but we're here, aren't we? Best not to think of it. Applying logic to the Mad God is unwise. Mayor Olis happened. He's always blamed others for his own shortcomings, but I never realized he'd been touched by Sheogorath. The only way the madness will end is with his death.
I don't want to kill anybody else. Kremlock doesn't.
He has the power to remake South Point in his image, to the Mad God's delight. Where Mayor Olis goes, Sheogorath won't be far behind. I see no other way. Unless you convince Sheogorath to take him back to oblivion, but arguing with the Mad God is folly.
Alright, so obviously we need to get out of here.
I don't see how. Those bars are thicker than sword blades. We aren't going anywhere. It seems Sheogorath made a few changes to these catacombs. There were never any prison cells below the cathedral. I already tried. It seems Mayor Olis found my magic somehow. I'd say it's maddening, but less so than having a Daedric prince steer you around like a carriage. When they come for us, we can try to fight our way out. If they come for us.
Such despair! Oh, richer than a cheese sorbet!
The Mad King himself. Or is he a prince? I forget.
I see you've reacquainted yourself with Dareneth. Unacquainted? Unrequited. There. She'll come around to you, like I did. Mayor Owlis is a curd in the soup. A real fly in the way, don't you say? Made a mess of me gift. The kind from the wrong end of a dog. I tried to encourage him, even brought him a hero to destroy, but he couldn't go through with it. Can you imagine? I led you right here to make it all boring again. And what did he do to stop you? Nothing. There I stood, in my best old lady suit, and he said it was all my fault. He just needs motivation. What better than an escaped prisoner seeking vengeance? Could you kill someone you love? I can't. Well, I have, but not Mayor Olis. It would be too pedestrian. No, I want you to try killing him. I want him to reach deep down, below all the marmalade and crushing failures defining his life, to find a seed of confidence and grow it into a tree of gumption he'll use to beat your brains to paste. But if not, any brain paste will do. Even his.
Looks like I really have no choice.
Deal. Oh, and one more thing. Dareneth stays behind. If you bore me too much, I turn her into a goose, roast her, and feed her to you covered in fine Adar glaze. The goose, I mean. It's a mite bit chilly for my Agar pants. And make it entertaining, would you? After spending so much time in this town, I finally know where the Colovians keep their fur hats.
This is your chance to fix this mess. Go, deal with the mayor. If South Point bores him, Sheogorath will leave.
Already aboard! Here, I brought you some presents. The shiny ones are always the best.
Eyes that stare blindly. A gift to the Mad God.
I like those helmets.
Also your buoyancy, but mostly haste and blood.
Roll our ball, slime, and fuse it. Scrub it with our blades.
She obviously had nobody to heal. Guess I could go look for treasure, but I'm not going to. I'll just do the mission.
Might we borrow your arrows to settle a wave gift?
Bring his out! My boredom washed it away. Really got in the cracks there. Oh, you can't seem to catch a break, can you? Chin up, just like the bridge. Adversity is the brother-in-law of propensity, as they say. Well, a proper hero needs obstacle, struggle, repeated attempts at bodily harm. You're going to play the proper hero so Owlie can shine. Or our deal is off. And if it's off, so is Dareneth's head. To Skyrim, in a field, with berries glowing from her eyes! Do you have to lumber about like that? Show some panache! A little swagger!
Looks really, really wicked down here. I like it. This quest is actually taking a little longer than I thought it would.
Oh, this just isn't your day. But your Uncle Sheogorath can make it better. I can never decide between choice and free will. Which will triumph in the end? But why not settle the matter for me? Or you could yank a lever, but that's hardly fun for either of us. I just told you, choice and free will are subjects I hold quite dear. So, you could fight a very good friend of mine, or you could pull another lever. Your choice. Oh, all right, but do it with gusto. Remember, with gusto. A big, steaming pile of it.
we've done. We can't let it help the Mad God.
Terrible aim, that one. Alright, so we're pulling more levers.
Not much gusto, but a smidge of verve, 3 drops brio, the essentials for a moxie fondue. Fondue. What was I saying?
What do you mean, coming to kill me?
It's a gift, a chance to shine, to prove you have some backbone that won't snap at the lightest touch.
Not sure I needed to use that.
Fond of you. Ooh, fond of you. What was I saying?
That you're fond of me. That you don't want to watch me die.
Watch you die horribly, all alone, and laughing my head off when it happens. Oh, that doesn't sound like me, does it? But I'm sure you can work the matter out for yourself.
Please, don't do this. Maybe we can work something out. It's not fair. I never wanted this, any of this. Now I'm to die for it. But you're reasonable, aren't you? We can talk about this. Work something out.
I completely agree. Unfortunately, I didn't program the game.
You do have a choice. Not like me. Sheogorath listened to me. Said he would take me down a golden path. Nobody in South Point ever respected me or gave me a chance to prove who I could truly be. What choice did I have but to make them all see who I really am? My family ruled South Point for generations. But after we lost everything, where was my birthright then? They wouldn't bow to me as they should, so now I've made them bow. It's the burden a true leader must bear. I shouldn't have to die for it. Wait, that's it. I'll go away with him, if he'll have me. Just let me try to convince him. Besides, there's not much of South Point left. It's a bit used up, don't you think? Sheogorath, I've been thinking. South Point can't truly appreciate your gift. But if you brought me to the Shivering Isles, I'd fit right in.
You want to go where you like all the others? Where you can be a shank of bacon in a house built of bacon shanks?
No, I mean, think of how I could use your gift in a place that truly understood me.
Well, I suppose you'd make a fine addition to the garden. Very well. The killing's off. I couldn't bring you to my home with more holes in you than when we first met. Just not proper.
Thank you, Sheogorath. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see my new home.
I'll send you ahead. I need a moment to speak with my second favorite mortal. Don't mind the grummites. They always smell that way. Choice wins again. Really tugs at the heartstrings. Careful with those. Yank too hard and the blood goes everywhere but up. I really do admire this town. Shame I can't take it with me. Oh, but can't I? I know just where to put it. We did we? Huh. Well, I suppose you're right. Owlie and I could always visit. Perhaps during hurricane season. That'd be delightful. Oh, be a stranger!
It's for saving my hide. They were trying to find a big enough pot to boil me.
The scouts you rescued brought reinforcements from Elden Root. We subdued the townsfolk for their own protection. Tell me, what happened in the cathedral? What? I thought Dareneth was mad. A Daedric prince in Grahtwood? Is he in the cathedral? We should clear the town. You? Well, thank the 8 divines. Where is this Mayor Owlus all the crazed citizens mentioned? I'd like a word with him. I would have preferred a public execution. After what he did to this town, I hope he finds a slow death in the Shivering Isles. We'll escort them to Eldenwood. Hopefully the Mages Guild can look into their madness. As for South Point, we'll remain here to help rebuild. After this, what else can we do?
It seems Sheogorath held up his end of the deal. I felt his absence, I should likely say. I was able to open a portal here without any difficulty. I tried to tell Captain Elanthor what happened, but he wouldn't listen. In his youth, I took him as an apprentice. He was lazy, a bit reckless, and nearly set my laboratory afire on 3 occasions. His childhood was quite difficult, but that's no excuse for his actions. Long ago, his bloodline ruled South Point. He was a child who thought the town would one day be his, but his parents died in a fire when he was young, and he lost everything. I thought by taking him on as a pupil, I could teach him humility. I was wrong. I'll return to Eldenroot until Captain Elanthor sorts out the reconstruction. You're welcome to visit anytime you wish.
Alright, so Dareneth's gonna head to Eldenroot. And Captain Elanthor here. He's a little disappointed he couldn't execute the culprit behind the madness. Even though the true culprit was, I would say, Sheogorath. And Lieutenant Hervarion here is just happy to be alive. We can't get into the cathedral anymore. It's guarded by Soldier Garion. And she won't let us in.
Captain Elanthor barred all entry from the cathedral. Sorry, orders.
So you want to go get a cup of mead sometime? I know this nice place in Oridon. And there you have it. And that concludes. I actually thought it was done inside the cathedral there, but I forgot we should probably try to talk to the guy we initially before our journey on this quest. But that's going to do it for the Grip of Madness. Thank you all for watching again, and until next time, this is Swifigames. Say a good night.